Hey there, today I'll show you how you can make something RGB cycle. Let's get right into it. So first things first, we'll need the Flux tip. Then we'll simply go in the ProtoFlux browser to Colors, Color X Hue. Now the left side here controls the hue, while the right side shows us the color. And the target profile is something else we could also set since it's color X. Now, if you're just using this to do a little bit of visualizing the colors, such as making them cycle or anything like that, where you don't really need to mess around with the profile much, just leave it on sRGB. Otherwise, if you know what profile you need for a specific reason, you can set it to linear or whichever one you need. Now, next to understand hue, you can actually look at something else to make it a little bit easier to grasp. If we go to the tools and then go to the color picker and then open the color picker here. If we go to the HSV mode, you can see hue, saturation, and value. And you can simply think of hue as this little bar at the side here, where it goes from red all the way back to red. So for example, green would be something like 0.33, I think. So if you put 0.33 into this hue here, you'll basically get green from here. If we set this to something like 0.59, you'll see it's this kind of blue color here. Now, the way that we make this cycle over time is as with anything that goes over time, we'll have to go to the time section of the node browser, then world time float, because it does not need to be that precise. And then we can simply hook up T into the hue, and it already works. It's already cycling. Now, if you want to slow this down, we'll actually need to go to operators, and then multiply or mul, and then value multiply. And in here, we can get ourselves a float, hook T into the float, and then set the bottom value to something like 0.05 if you want to set it to 5%. Then plug that into the hue, and you'll see it now go slowly. If you want it a little bit faster, like let's say 10%, you can set it to 0.1, and now it's going at 10% of the speed that time would normally go at. Now, if you want to make an object RGB cycle, instead of just looking at this funny little display, you're going to be needing to find its material. And once you do, you can simply grab the albedo color or the emissive color if you want to make this emissive cycle. Make a drive with your flux tip, and then just hook this cycling color here up to it. So now you can see my ground is starting to slowly RGB cycle. But yeah, I hope that this comes in useful for you. I hope you enjoy playing around with it. If you got any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.